Hey guys, I'm trying to do a different recording software and I have no idea how it's gonna go, but here we go. Hey guys, Miss Asuko here, and today we're going to continue reading my fan fiction. As I said earlier, I'm trying a new recording system. Well, not really new, but I'm trying a new way around it. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. You just want to get into me cringing. So, anyway, as you can see on the screens, clearly something went wrong. I was being an idiot the last couple of months, and I forgot to save my stories, because I still have stories that I still go back to and I try to write. I had like 49 stories on here that I didn't even publish yet, but I just kept here just in case for me to like re-edit them and check them out. Last month I came back, everything disappeared except for these 12 stories that you see here, so now I have to either restart everything I've ever written again and make sure that these last few files that I have don't leave, because these are the stories that I feel are the most important while the others are just kind of filler. But still, it's like, really, I don't remember exactly how I wrote those stories, and the way I wrote those stories back then were really good, so it's like, how can I even recreate that? So that's annoying. That's very annoying, but hey, whatever. So we're gonna continue and move on towards, and you guessed it, growing up, which is the basically it's the I don't know. I really want to read this story because it's so bad that it's good. So yeah, let's go into it. And by the way, if you hear any noise in the background, forgive that. Again, I'm trying a new software and it picks up a lot of audio, and I'm also in a completely different setting. Before I used to record in my bedroom, now I'm in the office, so let's see how that works. Again, because there's a lot of new things I have to do with this recording software, isn't just bing bam boom. I have to upload like separate files for this, so it's a bit confusing and a bit awkward, so excuse that. But anyway, we're going on to chapter 3, which I think we're going to continue maybe to chapter 4 or 5, let's see. But as for now, chapter 3. Now it's awkward. Stefan. Before I could even open my eyes. It's been too long. I don't even remember what the voices were for these. Not like they were good to begin with, but they're about to get a lot worse now. Before I could even open my eyes. He had like a very brooding voice. I don't know how it goes, like, it was epic. Before I could even open my eyes. I have no idea. Well, I'll just wing it. I already knew I wasn't in my bed. The sheets were too silky for my taste. I soon opened my eyes. Immediately, my head had felt like the entire ceiling had fallen on it. Man, did I hate getting drunk. I mean, I love it. It's just the hangover part I don't like much. Yeah, most people would agree with you there, Stefan. I soon groaned my head in agonizing pain. I was completely naked underneath the sheets. Eventually, I turned my head to the left and spotted a girl who was snoring softly and quietly, like a baby. I couldn't see her face since her long, dark brown hair was covering it. I soon started to brush it off her face. That's when I saw her. She looked like Elena, but I knew for a fact it couldn't. For a fact it wasn't her. Sorry. For starters, Elena has straight, wavy hair. This one was naturally curly. It soon hit me immediately like a ton of bricks. This was Catherine freaking Gilbert. I didn't know whether to feel repulsive for sleeping with her or offended. Having one-night stands with girls I don't like much has never occurred to me. I soon started to gaze at her facial features. Even though she and Elena looked exactly the same, they somehow looked a bit different. I noticed Catherine was a bit tanner than Elena. Her eyebrows were thinner, and her lips were naturally red, ish. After studying her face, I soon got out of bed and started to redress myself. When I was done, I glanced back at Catherine's sleeping form one last time, before leaving a note on her makeup mirror and left the room. I soon made my way to her kitchen. Man, was it filthy! Most unorthodox! After mentally scolding the mess in the kitchen, I quickly checked everywhere in the messing kitchen for some aspirin. I soon found it and took them before leaving the house, waiting for the pills to kick in. 2 hours later. Catherine. I soon fluttered my eyes open. Okay. Hers was a bit more like, her voice is like very like raspy. I can't do raspy apparently. I mean, maybe I can, but I'm not mature enough for it. I soon fluttered my eyes up a bit. Up a bit? You mean open a bit? My head was fuzzy, as in pain, and my vision wasn't exactly clear. I soon saw that I was in bed, naked, alone. I sighed and got out of bed. As I got dressed, I updated my look. Black jeans, red floor top, brown short boots, and had my hair in a ponytail. I went to my makeup dresser and saw some hickeys on my neck. Damn, Stefan sure likes to play rough. I soon decided to blend in my skin with makeup. I changed my top and wore a green turtleneck instead. Hopefully Elena won't mind. I rolled the sleeves up so I wouldn't be so hot in it, and so it could fit my style. I took an aspirin bottle that I had kept stored in my dresser for safekeeping. After taking it, plus a bottle of spring water, I soon noticed a note near my makeup dresser. It was in Stefan's handwriting. I'm sorry I left. I had to get ready for school. I'll see you around. Stefan. I sighed slightly and tossed the note in the trash can. I picked up my phone to call Tyler Lockwood. Yeah? Tyler said into the phone. Tyler? I said into the phone. Catherine? What are you calling me for? He wondered, alarmed. That's not Tyler's voice. I was wondering if you could give me the phone number of your cleanup crew, because I'm certain my house is a shitty mess, I told him. He was quiet for a moment, but he said, alright then. Once he gave me the number, I thanked him for it. Anytime, Cat, anytime, I heard him say before I hung up. I smirked a bit. I knew Tyler has had a huge crush on me since freshman year, and still had a bit of feelings for me even though he's with Caroline. Well, it doesn't mean I should not take advantage of it, right? I soon called the Lockwood's cleanup crew and told them my situation. In the end, I went into my Porsche Panamera and drove off to school. Ugh, my head hurts, Jeremy whined. We were walking down the parking lot to the school front yard. He was wearing his usual laid-back look with jeans, a hoodie, and some shades. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been smoking crack and drinking last night, I pointed out to him. You don't have to be so snappy about it, he told me. I rolled my eyes slightly. Honestly, I didn't get why my parents wanted another kid. Elena was fine enough. 2 annoying siblings could get me killed. Speaking of Elena, ... here she comes. Hey, Cat, Jer, she shouted as she walked up to us. Hey, Cat, Jer! Ooh, goody. Miss Elena St. Gilbert has decided to brighten up our day with her innocent presence, I muttered to myself. Jeremy couldn't help but crack a small smile at my comment. Hey, what's up? Elena wondered, all cheery. None, Jeremy and I both said. Elena shrugged her shoulders and followed us behind. Why are you so cheery? I asked her suspiciously as we were walking side by side. Got me walking side by side. No reason. Why did you guys get a Okay, no. No reason. Why? Did you guys get a chance to clean up the mess at the party? It was a disaster, Elena told us. No, I got a cleanup crew on it, I told her. You mean the Lockwoods? ... Right, Elena added. I shrugged my shoulders, the same way she did. Elena rolled her eyes at me. I smirked. Eventually, the minute we got in the school hallway, we all went our separate ways. Stefan! Hey, Stefan! Caroline shouted as she ran up to me in the hallway. Hey, Care, I said as I suddenly acknowledged her. Hey, did you make it to the after party last night? I didn't see you there. It was crazy, Caroline asked. I did. You're probably too drunk to notice, and insane is the more appropriate term of word I'd use to describe that party, I told her with a smirk. She rolled her eyes. Yeah, sorry about that. Tyler got me drunk, she told me. I groaned slightly at this idea. I never had a problem with Tyler Lockwood before, but he wasn't exactly on my list of likable people. Caroline was like a little sister to me, in a sort of way, and the thought of Tyler getting her drunk made me want to kick his ass a bit. But I let it go. As long as Caroline's happy, I'm happy. So, what about you? Caroline asked me. What about what? I asked her, with no quotation mark to end that sentence apparently. Did you get drunk? Did you have a blast? Did you meet a hot girl? And stuff like that? Caroline clarified. I thought it over slightly. Got drunk? Yes, I did. Had fun? Yeah, I guess I did. Meet a hot girl? Well, Catherine is technically beyond hot, but I guess wait, what the hell am I thinking? Yes, sort of, and maybe, I told her without thinking much. Really? Who? Caroline asked in excitement. What are you talking about? I asked her. She rolled her eyes in frustration. Seriously, Stefan, come on, you gotta tell me, you gotta, she told me. Tell you what? I asked, unsure of what she meant. The girl, what's her name? What's she like? When can I do the wedding? Caroline clarified for me. Chuckled a bit at the statement. Catherine and I getting married? Ha, as if. I would rather be burned alive than to be married to the wicked witch of the west. No, scratch that, east. Wicked witch of the east coast. Nice. Flowed perfectly, that writing. Well, I saw Lena at the party and I started to lie. Oh my god, Stefan, really? Caroline said in frustration. I sighed a bit knowing why she said that with that tone. Look, she started out softer. I know you're still in love with her and it still hurts, but trust me, on this, you'll be fine. In fact, I can predict your future. I chuckled at this. Really, I can. I see you with this glamorous girl who loves you for you. She's fun, spunky, and is everything you love in a girl. She'll be just like Elena, only with a twist. She'll help you take risks, and she'll give you love, adventure, and even a little danger too. Her love for you will be passionate and consuming, and you, Stefan, you will fall madly in love with her, and you'll move on without even realizing it. Caroline finished. That was a well-scripted speech, Caroline. What novel did you get it from? I wondered. Caroline scoffed and looked at me as if she was offended. For your information, I made most of that speech up on my own in the beginning. And also, it's not a novel, it's a TV series. Caroline corrected me before storming off. I rolled my eyes at her childish behavior. Women, am I right? I soon continued my walk in the hallway. I saw Lexi go by and gave her a wave. As I did so, I bumped into someone. Gee, I wonder who could it be? Catherine. No shit. Oh, just my luck. First I get blown off in the morning, then I start getting low grades, and now I have a freaking head-splitting headache again. Thanks to the idiot who bumped into me. I looked up at him and shouted out, "Watch it!" I soon stopped when I met a couple of familiar emerald-like green eyes. Sorry. I should have watched where I was going, Stefan told me. I just looked at him and blinked a few times. Catherine? Catherine, are you okay? He called me out. I snapped out of my short trance and looked at him pissed. You have some nerve. He looked at me in confusion, as if he was innocent. What are you talking about? He asked in confusion. So, what, is this our thing now? We hook up one night, and you leave in the middle of the morning without giving me a proper goodbye, and we pretend it never happened? I questioned. He scoffed and rolled his eyes at me. First of all, we do not have a thing. Second of all, I was gonna get late for school, and I didn't want to wake you. And third of all, I'm not pretending that night never happened. I'm just gonna avoid it for the rest of my life, he stated. Oh, so what, I'm your dirty little secret now? I asked, even more pissed than earlier. I don't know why, but I was really offended by him this morning. The least he could have done was inform me that he was leaving at least. You can only be my dirty little secret if I've had you around for a while, so no, you're not my dirty little secret. You're more of a dirty shame, he informed me. Okay, forget what I said earlier. This right here was making me even more offended. Ah! You're ashamed of me? Why, because I'm the biggest bitch in the school? I shouted out slightly. No, because you're the biggest slut in the school, he corrected me. Okay. Keep in mind I was like 12, not even 12, 13 when I wrote this, so it was 2000, yeah, I was like 12 going on 13 when I wrote this, so like, forgive me if there's a bit, on PC things in here, like, I tried, but yeah, the whole slut shaming thing, there's gonna be quite a bit of that here. I thought it was cool. Sorry for that. My eyes soon started to crackle. It was all full of fire and anger. Fine then, Stefan, whatever. You can go to hell for all I care, I said before walking off. I stopped half, yeah. I stopped halfway and turned around to glance at him again. Oh, and FYI, next time don't go too rough. I got hickeys all over my neck. I shot out loud on purpose to make a scene before walking off, smirking with glee on the inside. Gee, we gotta know what happened immediately then. Stefan. Everyone turned to look at me and Catherine out the hallway. She said that loud on purpose! Now I really felt like kicking somebody's ass. And it won't be Catherine's, that's for sure. As much as I hate the bitch, she's still a woman. And it go against my beliefs. I don't want to be labeled a woman abuser. I never had and I never will. But sometimes Catherine just knows how to push my buttons and to rub me the wrong way. Okay, at least I knew that. I mean, that's a little bit, man-explaining, but still. Which is weird, coming from me, man-explaining that. I have no idea. Anyway, I was a bit ignorant. Moving on. I soon sighed slightly at this thought. I know for a fact she'll torment me for this one-night stand for the rest of our junior and senior years, and possibly college, but what I don't get is why she was so offended I left her alone in bed earlier. Not only did I leave because I'll be late for school, but also it would be weird and an awkward situation for us. She's been making fun of me, tormenting me, and just plain bullying me since the very beginning of freshman year, and for no apparent reason, if I may add. Now, here we are in junior year after 2 years of this never-ending hatred relationship. We have slept together. We may have sort of liked it, but I'm not sure, though. Learned to sort of tolerate each other, and I think it'll be pretty hard to see her without having a mental picture of her naked pop up in my head, which I'm still learning to get used to. Trust me, it was for her own good. Yep, it's awkward now, and everyone at school probably don't know what's going on between Catherine and Stefan. They assume Catherine was just messing with him, when in reality she's speaking the truth, ish. Anyway, we'll see how long the relation will develop and how long Catherine will realize she's pregnant. Geez, spoilers. P.S. I'm kinda sick today, but I'll try my best to update soon. Wish me luck! I'm kinda sick today as well as I'm recording this. But not really, I was just outside a lot, and again, in my last rant I talked about I hate gardening, and I'm still out gardening with my mom. Ugh! So, excuse me if I do, like, sniff my nose like this a few times while recording, because I am kind of sick, and we don't have any hot water, apparently, so I had to, I didn't, take a shower in the cold water, but I had to use some sort of cold water to, clean some areas that were really sweaty, because I was out there all day, so. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut this rant short and just say, fuck gardening. Period. Moving on to Chapter 4, Unexpected Surprises! Exclamation point. Gee, I wonder what it could be. Catherine. The weekend was over and Mom and Dad were back. The house was spick and span. And there was no evidence or even a clue that there was a party there. 3 weeks had passed, and strange things were happening to me. For starters, I was late on my period. A day late to be exact. But who's counting? I figured I miscounted the calendar, but after counting, recounting, and recounting, it was still the same. I started to panic. Disco. What if something was wrong with me? I thought I could maybe ask my mom about this, but knowing her, she'd probably overreact and take me to the hospital where they'll put me on meds and stuff like that. And I'll mentally think I'm an ill person, which I actually totally feel fine. I soon decided to shrug it off and continue doing what I do best, cheerleading practice. Just because the season's over doesn't mean we shouldn't practice and be prepared for the next one. One day. I soon met up with Rebecca after practicing to have lunch with her at McDonald's outside. Ugh. She wasn't exactly what I would consider a friend, but she was sweet. Unless she's faking it to get a promotion, then it could go both ways. We were enjoying lunch until I took a bite out of a tuna sandwich she ordered for me. I automatically spat it out of my mouth near a trash can. Ugh, peasant food. I got a bottle of water to cleanse my mouth before spitting it into the trash can. I didn't care if there were eyes on me. I wanted that horrible taste out of my mouth. Now! Are you alright? That's not Rebecca. Are you alright? She asked me. Yeah, I'm fine. I just can't stand tuna right now. It tastes disgusting, I told her. Rebecca looked at me with a puzzling look, but shrugged it off, thinking that the tuna in my sandwich went bad or something. 1 week later. Total 4 weeks in that bracket. Cool. At this point, I didn't know. At this point, I knew I didn't have a bad batch of tuna last week. I couldn't eat or even have a smell of it anymore without throwing up. Luckily, my family weren't fish lovers, unlike mine. It would be on rare occasions that we eat fish. Yep, something was definitely wrong with me. My period was way overdue. I kept throwing up because of tuna, either a good or a bad batch. And other than that, I've been craving watermelons a bit. I soon saw there was only one explanation for this, and it was one that I dreaded the most. In order to confirm this officially, I went to the thrift store and bought bandages, nail polish removers, duct tape to make it less suspicious, and 2 pregnancy tests. First response in clear blue. Luckily, the clerk was an old woman who was too busy to notice what was in my basket. She gave me my receipt, and I drove home as quickly as possible. Nobody was home. Elena was hanging out with her friends, Caroline and Bonnie. Jeremy was hanging out with his buddy Matt. Dad was at work, and Mom was out talking with Sheriff Forbes, Caroline's mom, and Carol Lockwood, Tyler's mom. I went up to the upstairs bathroom and opened up the package. I carefully read the instructions on the back and did as they said. I soon waited 2 minutes after taking the test. I closed my eyes and was practically praying in my head that it wasn't true, that it's a false alarm and that something else is wrong with me. I soon opened my eyes and looked down at the 2 pregnancy tests. Both of their... Oh god, I can't read apparently. I soon opened my eyes and looked down at the 2 pregnancy tests. Both of their positive marks stared back at me mockingly. I was pregnant. Dun dun dun! I am Lee Shooketh. What could happen? Now she knows, dot dot dot. Anyway, sorry for the short tapple, dot dot dot. It was all that I could think of at the moment, dot dot dot. I'll update a new one later today or so. Jeez, I wonder what's gonna happen next. We gotta find out. On this new one, chapter 5, we need to talk. We need to talk. Argonaut. Lol, I'd like to thank you all so much for reviewing. This might not be important, but I'm feeling better. Slowly but surely. Anyway, thanks for your full support. Here's a slightly long chapter just for you. Enjoy. We need to talk. Catherine. I'm pregnant, 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 dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. This is what I feared and dreaded the most. Being pregnant. I shook my head slightly. No, 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 no! This is not possible! How could I be pregnant? It's not possible. I started to think back on everything that happened 4 weeks ago. I knew for a fact that I had never slept with Damon. As much as I wanted to. I waited. Now, I won't because... One, A, I'm pregnant now. B, and B, we just broke up. That's when it hit me. The party. The alcohol. The kiss. Dot, dot, dot. Stefan. Oh my god. Stefan. Dot, 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 dot. It's Stefan! Now I felt like fainting. Why? Oh, why did I have to sleep with Stefan? He doesn't like me, and I'm not really fond of him either, yet we slept together and we're... No. I'm having his baby! This was too much. Just too much. I was in too much shock. My facial expression was unreadable. I was debating in my head whether to cry, scream, curse, faint, or all the above. It was a long debate, but eventually I decided to hide all the evidence. After placing the clues in a trash can in my room, I plopped down on my bed. I closed my eyes shut as all the information started slowly processing in my head. I'm pregnant and Stefan's the father, ... I'm pregnant and Stefan's the father, ... I'm pregnant and Stefan's the father, ... I kept thinking it over and over and over in my head. I was practically trying to convince myself of this unfortunate situation. I couldn't help but think that I would now turn into those girls on 16 and pregnant. I may not be 16 at the moment, but I'm sure I could pass for that TV show. I swear, as cruel as it seemed, I actually found the situation kind of laughable. Maybe it was the denial kicking in. I soon sighed. Well, I definitely know what's going to be on my to-do list this week. Telling Stefan. Oh God, really? You sure about that? Like seriously, ho, don't do it. By the way, just like a side thing. Yeah, just a quick side note. I like how when I googled images, ho, don't do it gif, the literally Brandon Urie showed up for no reason. I love the internet sometimes. That was fun. Anyway, moving on. It's been 2 days since I've taken the pregnancy test. So far, I was able to avoid telling my parents and siblings about this information when they asked what I bought from the thrift store. I luckily shredded the receipt into confetti and threw it out my bedroom window, knowing if it was around, my parents would look at it. I came up with a lie saying I must have lost the receipt. They took this lie as an excuse and never questioned what I bought from the thrift store again. Shouldn't you just have gotten it from a regular store? But whatever. What do I know about shopping for pregnancy tests? Clearly, nothing. During these last 2 days, I've been looking for Stefan at school, but for some reason, I couldn't find him. Was he ditching me or something? Or was it the fact that I was so oblivious of my surrounding and the people near me, whether I liked them or not, and what classes they took? I soon saw there was no choice and started to ask Caroline and Lexi. Obviously, since they disliked me, they wouldn't want me anywhere near their precious Stefan, and refused to let me see him or know his whereabouts. Asking Damon was out of the question. It would be a very awkward moment for the two of us. Eventually, one day, I found Stefan sitting on the bleachers writing in what looked like a journal. I climbed up the stairway and walked up to him. Once I got near him, I rolled my eyes after a quick brief of what he was writing. School was uneventful today. I swear I'd rather watch Twilight again than go through this whole dull day. Yep, that's how bad it is. I saw it read. I soon kicked Stefan's leg playfully and softly, trying to gain his attention. It surprisingly didn't work. I soon cleared my throat loudly, gaining his attention. Hi. Hi, I told him sheepishly as he looked up at me. He rolled his emerald eyes at me and turned to look back at his journal. What do you want, Catherine? He asked, casually annoyed. I soon sighed. Here's my chance. I need to tell him. I've been practicing what to say since day one. I was wondering if you'd like to go to the grill after school, I told him. He looked up at me thinking... Wait. He looked up at me briefly and said sarcastically, That's a great idea. I'm sure Caroline and Lexi would like to hang out there after school. Thanks for the heads up, Kat. I froze in my place slightly. Elena, Jeremy, my parents, and Damon have called me Kat before, but when Stefan said it, I could have sworn I felt a twinkle in my eye. I shrugged it off, thinking a speck of something went in my eye instead. Actually, I was thinking maybe we could go to the grill after school. Together. Alone. I slowly clarified. Stefan soon gave his full attention to me instead of his journal. Why? What for? He asked me. I hesitated slightly, but forced myself to say, I have something important that I need to discuss with you. Last ... belated. I cleared up for him. Okay, what do you want to talk about? He asked slightly. We'll do that at the grill, and remember, it'll be after school, at the grill, in the private section, so no one can hear or see us, I informed him. He looked at me cautiously and in deep confusion. Alright then, as long as this isn't a prank, I'll come. he told me before closing his journal and walking off. The grill. Or as the French would say, the grille. Probably not. It was after school and I was at the grill. I waited for Stefan, but he didn't show up yet. I checked my watch. It was 3:25. I sighed in frustration. Maybe he won't show up after all. I started to play with my curly hair in frustration while being in deep thought, wondering how I was going to do this. How was I supposed to raise a baby, let alone give birth to one by myself without any help? I soon heard someone clear their throat in front of me. I jumped slightly in my seat and saw Stefan sitting across from me in the booth. When did you get here? I asked, astonished that I didn't notice him sitting there before. I got here about 2 minutes ago, he told me. Man, I must have been in deep thought for a while. I saw that he was wearing his usual dark blue jeans, gray shirt, and a black leather jacket on top. So, Stefan started. As if on cue, April Young, who worked here, came to our table in her grill uniform. You know, past me, old me, 12 going on 13-year-old me, you don't have to put things in parentheses. Just put a comma or something. Jeez. You went to grammar school for fuck's sake. Well, not grammar school, but you took it. And you did fine. Oh, God. To our table in her grill uniform. Hey there, may I take your order? I looked at her in annoyance. What a perfect time to interrupt us, April. Speaking of April, it is still April, so perfect timing! Woo woo! 420! Woo woo! We'll have a decaf latte with non-fat cream and milk and sugar-free caramel syrup, extra hot and with extra foam. Do you want caramel or vanilla? Stefan quickly ordered and asked me. Caramel's fine, I stumbled. Is that for here to go? April automatically asked after writing the order down in seconds. Here, please. Stefan asked her without hesitation. Alrighty then, April said before walking off in speed. The table was left in silence for a moment. So, ... What did you want to talk about? Stefan finished his interrupted sentence from earlier. I soon took a deep breath. This was going to be harder than I thought. For some reason, everything that I planned ahead for, meaning my speech, my words for the situation, and my script had disappeared. My mind was completely blank. I had forgotten everything I had practiced for. I soon sighed softly and looked up at him, who had a very bored yet patient look on his face. There's something important that I need to tell you, I told him. So I've been told, Stefan told, slightly smirking a bit. I took in another deep breath and spilled out. Things have been going strange for me ever since that after party 4 weeks ago. Look, this is about that one-night stand. Stefan interrupted me. It's not about that, Stefan. It's ... It's something else. I interrupted him. I soon continued. Like I said, things have been weird with me lately. I'm late on my period. I can't eat tuna or any seafood without throwing up, and I've been having a few weird cravings. What are you trying to say, Catherine? He asked, confused yet in alarm as well. Here you go, guys! April interrupted us, placing down our lattes in front of us. Thank you, April, I said, irritated that she interrupted me again. Anytime, she said in a cheery way before leaving. Stefan took a drink of his latte and placed it down. I didn't touch my latte at all. What were you about to say, Catherine? Stefan asked me. I took a deep breath before saying out loud, but loud enough for only him to hear. I'm pregnant, Stefan. I looked at Stefan cautiously before saying it. His expression was hard to make out. Was it disgust, anger, sadness, pity, all the above, or was I way off? Well, congratulations, I guess, Stefan eventually told me. I narrowed my eyes slightly. Really? Congratulations? Sigh. I'm not even gonna go there. Why are you telling me this? He asked me. Because you see, I started out before, but I trailed off, actually. I didn't know what to say, or at least how to say it. For the umpteenth time, I took another deep breath. It's yours, I told him, avoiding his eyes. What? He asked me confused. It's yours. The baby's yours. You're the father, I clarified while avoiding his gaze. We were in a long silence, and I'm pretty sure the latte went cold. After what seemed like hours, I soon forced myself to look at him. Once again, his face was unreadable, but I'm pretty sure it was pure shock, even if I didn't see it. You're kidding, he said to himself. I looked at him in surprise. Why on earth would I be joking about something as serious as this? After a while, his face went dark. At least to me it did. He chuckled under his breath slightly. I raised my eyebrow at him, not knowing what he was about to say. Do you have proof? He suddenly said. My lower jaw soon dropped. What? I asked him cautiously. Do you have proof? Do you know for sure if I'm the father? You were very drunk at that party when my brother broke your heart. You probably had to sleep with a lot of guys before me to get over him, he clarified. I looked at him in shock. Why, I never in my life felt so offended before. Did he really think I was that much of a slut? You are the biggest slut in school, Catherine. There's a possibility that even Damon got you knocked up, and you're pitting it on me. Why? Because you want to get back at me for sleeping with you? I don't know what sick plot or twisted joke you're cooking up for me, but it's not gonna work, he added. It was unknown to me what I was feeling at the moment. All I knew was that I was hurt. Even my mask couldn't cover up the pain that I had. It did, but in my eyes, you could still see the pain wash up over me. They soon left, and I had fire in my eyes, showing pure anger. You think I would make up some sick joke like this to get back at you? This is real, Stefan. I'm pregnant, and you're the one who did it. I'm not lying, I shouted out to him. But he made sure nobody heard, even if we were in a private section of the grill. Stefan looked at me with a blank expression. I felt like crying, but I felt back the tears. You know what? Screw you, Stefan. I'm done with this, and I'm done with you, I shouted out, before getting up from my seat and to leave. I didn't care at the moment if I made a scene or not. I was pissed. Before leaving, I turned back to Stefan and added, Think about it. You never wore a goddamn condom. With that, I took off. Stefan. It felt strange getting an invite to meet up with Catherine after school. Yet, I went anyway, thinking it must be important. As I entered the grill, I took my seat across from her. I looked at her and noticed what she was wearing. Black jeans, a blue floral top with a short top black jacket on top. Her hair wasn't her usual curls and were open. She was wearing light mascara, red blush, red lip gloss, and dark purple eyeshadow. Even though she looked sort of like a slut with that makeup on, I still was able to look past it and found her attractive. No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I find Catherine Gilbert, head cheerleader of cheerleading team, the biggest bitch in school, my swornish enemy, my boyfriend's, my oh no, my brother. We're not having any incest in here, bitch. My brother's ex-girlfriend, and my true love's evil twin sister attractive? Maybe it's because she looked like Elena. Okay, let me calm down. Maybe it's because she looked like Elena. Yeah, that's it. That makes sense. It's not like I have any feelings for Captain, right? Right. Yeah, 'cause makeup totally makes a girl a slut, right? I soon cleared my throat to gain her attention. She was startled. Probably didn't notice me sitting right in front of her. No biggie. It's happened before. After a while, our latte got here and we got down to business. I'm pregnant, Stefan, she told me slowly and cautiously. I looked at her stunned. She's what? How can this be possible? I don't know why, but I felt disgusted, a bit sad, used, and worst of all, hurt. Wait, why on earth would I be hurt by the fact Catherine is pregnant? Yeah, I mean, it is sort of a shock, but why would it hurt me for? It's not like I'm in love with her, right? Well, congratulations, I guess. I said unsure on what to say in this unfortunate predicament. Why are you telling me this? I wondered. Why would she tell me this anyway? It's not like we're friends or anything. Why would she trust me with this piece of information? Because well, you see, she trailed off. I waited for her to finish. As she waited, I got distracted on how the sunlight from the window near us reflected on her skin, giving her a breathtaking glow. She looked absolutely stunning. Wait, what am I thinking? I swear, if I don't stop this soon, I'll end up having a heart attack. I love Elena. only Elena, period. I will factor her photograph pictures that I snuck in. I will be Tyler for 13 reasons why. I will not. I refuse. I soon looked up at her glowing face as she said something I almost missed. Almost. What? I asked her, unable to catch it much. She soon repeated again while avoiding my eyes. It's yours. The baby's yours. You're the father. I looked at her in shock, but hid it well. Did I hear her clearly? You're the father. You're the father. You're the father. You're the father! Words kept repeating over and over in my head until it made me feel dizzy. I can't believe this. How can this be? How can she be pregnant? Soon it clicked in. That one night stand. Fuck! But that's impossible. She couldn't have gotten pregnant from that unless I... No. There's no way in hell I was stupid enough to have unprotected sex, even though I was drunk off my ass. You're kidding. I convinced myself more than her. It soon sunk in. My expression grew cold, and I started to chuckle at the sudden information. Do you have proof? I asked her. She looked at me in shock and said, What? Do you have proof? How do you know for sure I'm the father? The title was foreign to my lips, but I let it slide anyway. You were very drunk at that party. When my brother broke your heart, you probably had to sleep with a lot of guys before me to get over him, I clarified. She was still in shock and probably slightly offended, but I couldn't tell for sure. You are the biggest slut in school, Catherine. There's a possibility that even Damon got you knocked up. And you're pinning it on me? Why? Because you want to get back at me for sleeping with you? I don't know a sick plot or twisted joke you're cooking up for me, but it's not going to work. I told her off. Her face was unreadable, but her eyes I saw. ... Pain? You think I would make up some sick joke like this to get back at you? This is real, Stefan. I'm pregnant. And you're the one who did it. I'm not lying, she stated. I looked at her with no expression, not sure how to respond to this. You know what? Screw you, Stefan. I'm done with this. And I'm done with you, she shouted out before walking off. She turned her heels and looked at me and added, Think about it. You never wore a goddamn condom, before storming off in the dust. I sat there unable to move. I started to replay our conversation over and over in my head. Something wasn't right with this theory. As much as Catherine likes to be even with people, I don't think she'd make up such a story like this just to scare the shit out of me so we can be even. No, that wasn't how Catherine rolled. She may be a bitch, but she's a bitch with principles. Damn straight, man. She had her limits, and this was certainly not one of them. I couldn't believe it. Yes, I still had doubt that this child, this thing in her womb was possibly mine, but there was a possibility. There was a 50-50% chance if it was mine or not. It was nighttime. After paying the bill at the grill in the afternoon, I went home to concentrate on this new revelation of information, trying to process the fact that I might be somebody's father. When that was done, I went over to Caroline's place. Her mom was working overnight, so we could talk freely. So, what's up? Caroline asked me for a while. We were in the living room couch across from each other. Caroline, there's something I need to tell you, and promise me you'll swear to secrecy to never tell anyone about it unless I say it's okay, I told her. Alright, fine. She shrugged off, rolling her eyes. Caroline, I'm serious. This isn't an ordinary secret. You must never, ever tell anyone this, I pleaded and yelled slightly. Caroline jumped at my tone and looked at me with a fearful and baffled expression on her. Okay, I promise, on my mother's life savings to not tell your secret, she said unsure, but said either way. I got a girl pregnant, I went out of my breath, that I was sure she wouldn't pick up. Got a girl pregnant. What? You knocked up someone? Caroline exclaimed in horror, shocked me at the fact that she heard me say that under my breath. Yeah, real subtle, Stefan. She must have like supersonic hearing or something, right? I quickly nodded eventually. Oh my god, she said under her breath in pure shock. Please tell me you're joking, she asked slightly. I looked up at her blue orals and stated, Do you see me laughing? Caroline sighed. I don't know what to say, she admitted to me after a long, awkward silence between us. Don't say anything. Mother thinking she'll probably hear it at this rate. Who is it? She went in curiosity. Who do you think? I pointed out the obvious. Elena? She asked in shock. No, we broke up, remember? I reminded her. Oh yeah, sorry, she told me. Well, it definitely isn't me. I don't know why, but I chuckle at her reference to herself. I'm really stumped. The only person I can think of is maybe Elena. Caroline soon told me. Well, it definitely is a Gilbert, I muttered to myself. Caroline froze in place. From that I knew she placed the pieces together. I embraced myself for her future ranting. You knocked up Catherine fucking Gilbert! She shouted in horror that I'm pretty sure the whole state of Virginia could hear her voice echo through the streets. Yeah, I sighed. Caroline looked at me as if I lost my mind. How? When did this even happen? She asked me, still in shock. At the after party 4 weeks ago, we were drunk and it just happened, I told her. I looked at her to make eye contact. Guess I forgot to wear a condom, I told her. She looked at me with not shock but softer eyes filled with sympathy. I'm so sorry, Stefan, she whispered to herself. I raised my eyebrow at her confusion. What are you sorry for? I asked her. Now your baby's gonna be born from an evil witch. I hope that doesn't catch her personality. She joked a bit. I couldn't help but chuckle at her attempt to make me laugh a bit. It worked, but not much. I'm not exactly certain if the baby's mine or not, but there's a 50-50% chance it might be mine, I informed her. But here's the thing. ... What do you think I should do? I mean, there's no exact proof, but if it's mine, should I be there or not? I'm 17, and I still go to school. I don't have a job, and I'm probably gonna have a baby soon. How will I be able to support it? Should I even be in its life? Because a part of me doubts the kid is childless mind and wants to walk away from it, yet another doesn't want to abandon it, leaving it fatherless. I don't know. I'm practically torn between the two. What do I think, Kara? What should I do? I mean, what do you think, Kara? What should I do? Kara looked at me for a moment, thinking it over before saying, Why are you asking me this? It's not like I experienced this before. And also, Stefan, ... I can't tell you what to do. You're a grown man, and this is your life. If you want to be in his or her life, then you can be if you want to. But if you don't, then don't. Nobody's forcing you to be in a child's life. It's all up to you. It's your decision. At the end of the day, ... it'll always be your decision. I nodded at what she said. She had a point. It was my decision after all. The only thing is, will my choice be a good one or a bad one later on? The next day, I had been debating about this all night, even in my sleep. I started to wonder, ... Catherine and I are both in high school. We both aren't exactly friends, and we don't have jobs. I assume we only fall back on our allowances, and maybe in the future we could get summer jobs. Or now, it's almost summertime. Don't forget to add the so-called baby on top of it. These things kept running through my head with unanswered questions. After a while, I stopped. I stopped thinking about everything and thought about the baby. How would he or she feel if I didn't support it, or was there for it? Will I have the strength to walk away from it, leaving Catherine to raise it? Would I even do it to begin with? What if I fail at being a parent? What if I end up being a huge disappointment to him or her? I asked myself this during the entire night. Eventually, the morning sun came, and I knew what I had to do. I had to be responsible for my actions. I was going to be those deadbeat fathers you see on TV shows, movies, or documentaries who leave their children seconds after they're born. I wasn't that type of person, and I wasn't going to start now. Every child deserves to have two parents in their life, a mother figure and a father figure, to show you the rights and wrongs in life, and the values the world gives you. After getting dressed in tan black jeans and a red plain pattern shirt, I drove off to the Gilbert household. I soon knocked on the door, waiting for someone to answer it. Catherine. I was on the living room couch watching Teen Wolf with a bucket of popcorn around my arm, the remote in my hand, and a warm brown blanket around my waist to keep me warm. My hair was in a ponytail, and I was pretty sure I was much in my PJs. Yeah, that's English. The only difference was that I was in a robe as well, to cover up my PJs just in case. I was in the middle of season 1. All I knew was that Scott was annoying, Allison was very unattractive, Lydia wasn't exactly hot either, Jackson was a complete jackass, Danny was pretty cool for a gay guy, Styles was funny as hell, and Derek was so fucking hot. I swear if his character was real, I'd let him bite me any day. But then again, it'll turn me into a werewolf, and I wouldn't like the fact that I'd be in serious pain on a full moon every single month. I soon heard a knock on the door. I paused the episode to tell and got up from the couch. I wrapped my robe up close and tight and hid my PGs in the process. I soon went to the front door and opened it. I immediately regretted it when I saw who was on my front porch. Stefan. I sighed in agony. Oh, she's still Stefan. I sighed in agony, seeing him brought back all the previous tears I shed for him last night in my room in private. I was upset, not only because he disrespected me, but because he didn't accept the child as his. Yes, I know I didn't have any proof to him, but I knew for a fact it was him. I just couldn't take the feeling that my child's own father refused to accept it. It made me nearly break down in pain last night, not knowing how I'd raise him or her by myself. At least with Stefan's help I could try, but right now, at the rate we were going, it seemed like I was on my own. Catherine, hey, Stefan told me. I looked at him and narrowed my eyes a little. Stefan, what do you want? I asked, clearly not happy to see him. Can we, talk, please? Stefan asked me. Right now, I felt like yelling at him, but I retained myself, knowing I would regret doing it later on in the future if I did. Fine then, I shrugged a bit. I walked out a bit and closed the door behind me. I sat at the front porch bench and on the left side. Stefan sat next to me on the right. We left a large gap between us as possible. So why are you here? I asked him, getting to the point. I came here to apologize to you for my behavior earlier, he told me. You're a day late, I pointed out. He sighed. I know. Look, Catherine, you don't understand. When you told me about what was happening to you, I just didn't know how to process it. I was in shock, and the only way I saw through it was avoiding it. But after thinking it over last night, I realized that I had a decision to make, either to be there for it or not. I didn't really want anything to do with it, since I wasn't sure if it was mine, yet I didn't want to leave it fatherless either, he explained to me. Stefan, I'm confused. What are you trying to say? I asked him suddenly. What I'm saying is, whether or not the child is mine or not, I'll be there for it. I'll take care of him or her. I'll take him or her to the daycares. Or whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. I'm not gonna let you do this on your own, and it'll be okay. I won't mind helping you raise a kid, he clarified. I swear I felt like leaping for joy at this. He had no idea how much I wanted to hear this from him since the very moment I found out I was pregnant. Okay, I said, nodding my head in agreement. So, I've made my decision, but what about you? You still have 3 options. What are you gonna do with it? He told me. I looked at him in confusion, then it clicked in. I haven't thought about what I was gonna do with it, actually. It soon came to me. No, he didn't think I would. Did he? I was in shock. I soon started to shake my head and laugh dryly at this. Do you really think I'm that cold-hearted to actually kill my own flesh and blood? Stefan looked at me for a moment before saying, That's not what I interrupted him, saying in a clear way. Abortion is out of the question. Seriously, I won't do that to my own kid, whether I plan his pregnancy or not. I won't kill it. I'm not so sure about adoption, but it's still on the table. Keeping it is a 50-50% chance. It'll be hard, but I think we'll find a way through it. Right, Stefan said to himself. Well, I think the reason why this got so popular was the conservative mindset, I guess. I don't know why I had such a conservative mindset when it came to pregnancy on this. And I did it again in another one as well. It's weird. But anyway, if you want an abortion or not, go ahead. I don't really care, honestly. It's your choice, but yeah, just whatever. That's just politics at this point. Whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, as long as you're not hurting other people. Which, I guess you could indirectly, but whatever. Do what's best for you, I guess. What makes you happy. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, right, he said to himself. Once again, the world was in silence. Did you tell your parents? He soon asked me. I shook my head. No, not yet. I'm planning on telling them soon. I just don't know when. What about you? I asked him. No, not even Damon. And I usually tell him everything, he told me. Alright, then let's swear to not tell anyone about this following week, I suggested. Yeah, it's a bit too late for that. I told Caroline. Told me. I looked at him in shock and anger. What the hell is wrong with you, Stefan? Caroline is the queen of gossips in our whole school. She'll tell the whole town. Oh my god, Stefan, don't you ever think? I shouted out loud, slightly in frustration. Hey, don't worry about it. She swore not to tell anybody. The only one person who'd probably get it out of her would be Lexi. She's good at keeping deep secrets, especially ones like this, he informed me. I wonder what he meant by that, but I didn't ask. Alright then, as long as she doesn't say a word, I'm cool with it, I told him. He nodded at me. He nodded at me acceptance. Arr, me acceptance. Boy joy. Sorry if there's a fan going in the background. Again, the office room. Hey, can I have your phone number? Stefan asked me. Why? What for? I asked him, a bit baffled. So that I can call you. You can call me if anything happens. I want to help you through everything. And if you get sick, if you want to go to the hospital, or if something just doesn't feel right, you can call me and I'll be over right there for you, he explained. I nodded in agreement and we exchanged cell numbers that day. After that, I went back to my living room to continue watching Teen Wolf, where I practically laughed my ass off at the beginning scene when Jackson refused to watch Notebook again with Lydia. Excuse me. Oh god, that was disgusting. Sorry. Okay, so the time set is different. The TV shows in this series that Catherine's watching that are kind of in the 2011 period will be placed in the 2009 period instead. It's only... oh, sorry. It's only 2 years behind. No harm done, right? Anyway, summer's over. Whatever. My summer kind of sucked if you think about it. But hey, here's to a happy fall day, huh? We'll get so much Supernatural TV series back this fall. Hopefully their seasons will suck. There'll be winter, we'll be having Hope on, then spring, and so on. Ugh, lol. Enough of my ranting. We'll see where our duet will go from here, and how much twists and turns will come up ahead for them. Later! Peace! Okay guys, so I'm gonna end this episode here. I will continue, maybe do 3 or 4 more chapters after this. I think 3 is a solid number, because I think I did 2 last time, so. And I had a bunch of other stuff too, so I'll do 3 for this one again. Unless you want me to continue with Abomination, and I'll probably do that for the next episode, but you guys let me know. And I'm sorry if my voice went downhill throughout this entire episode, because again, my nose is basically stuffed right now, so I guess as I was reading, I just gradually got sicker. So, I mean, I'm not sick, but all that talking really stuffed my nose, so I'm gonna have to, lay down and fix that out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day, a great weekend, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys, and stay cool.